The cabin lights dimmed as passengers settled into their seats for the 14-hour flight from Dubai to New York. First class was quiet, wrapped in that expensive kind of silence where even the air felt rich. Among the few passengers, a sharply dressed woman entered with a baby in her arms. She wore a tailored navy blue suit, elegant heels, and a diamond-studded watch. Her expression was tight, her movements rushed. That was Olivia Hartman, CEO of a billion-dollar tech company, known for her cold demeanor and ruthless decisions. But today, she wasn't walking like a CEO. She was walking like a mother on the edge. Strapped to her chest was her 11-month-old baby boy, Liam. His face was flushed, eyes watery, clearly exhausted. Olivia tried to hold him securely while managing her designer diaper bag, laptop case, and a bottle that kept slipping from her hand. She looked stressed, overwhelmed, and one emotional push away from breaking. Standing just a seat away, a man helped his 7-year-old son lift a small backpack into the overhead compartment. The man wore a simple gray hoodie, jeans, and worn-out sneakers. His face was calm but tired, with dark circles under his eyes, the kind that come from years of pushing through life. That was Daniel Brooks, a single dad, a schoolteacher, traveling back home after visiting his sick mother. Beside him stood his son, Ethan, wearing a yellow t-shirt with a cartoon rocket on it and clutching a coloring book. As Olivia struggled to fasten her seatbelt while holding the baby, Liam began crying, not a soft whimper, but a loud, piercing cry that cut through the luxury silence of first class. Heads turned, eyebrows raised. A man in a business suit sighed exaggeratedly. A woman with noise-canceling headphones rolled her eyes. Someone muttered, "This is why babies don't belong in first class." Olivia's cheeks flushed with embarrassment. She bounced Liam gently, whispering, "Shish, shish, please, please, calm down." But the more she tried, the more he wailed. She attempted to give him milk, but he shoved the bottle away. She took out his pacifier, he spit it out. She checked his diaper, it was clean. Panic grew in her eyes. The flight attendants exchanged sympathetic glances but didn't step in. After all, most first-class passengers preferred undisturbed peace. Just before takeoff, the crying intensified. Olivia swallowed hard, shaking her head as if silently begging for a miracle. She kept apologizing to everyone around her. Daniel glanced over with gentle eyes. He understood. He had been there. He leaned toward her, his voice soft but confident. "May I offer a little help? I've been through this with my boy." Olivia stiffened, misinterpreting his kindness as judgment. "I'm fine. Please just, don't." She wiped her eyes quickly, pretending she had everything under control. Daniel nodded politely and backed off. During takeoff, Liam screamed louder. His ears hurt, pressure building. Olivia tried to comfort him, but nothing worked. Ethan tugged his dad's sleeve. "Daddy, the baby's scared." "I know, bud," Daniel whispered. "Sometimes babies cry because their ears hurt during takeoff." Ethan hummed, thinking, "You used to make me blow bubbles in my cheeks. Should we tell the lady?" Daniel hesitated. The rejection still stung slightly, but the baby's cries were now breaking Olivia, piece by piece. Finally, Ethan stood up, walked to Olivia, and spoke in his tiny innocent voice. "Ma'am, babies cry on planes because their ears hurt. My daddy knows how to help." Olivia stared at the little boy, surprised by his courage and kindness. She exhaled and nodded weakly. "Okay. If he's willing, I could really use help." Daniel stood, approached slowly, and smiled reassuringly. "First, let's get him to swallow something. Do you mind if we try a different position?" She nodded. Daniel carefully held Liam upright, letting him lean against his warm chest. He gently rubbed small circles on the baby's back and hummed a low, steady tune. The crying softened. Passengers watched, astonished. Within 3 minutes, Liam settled into a soft whimper, then tiny hiccups, then silence, his head resting on Daniel's shoulder as if he had known that comfort forever. Olivia's eyes widened, relief washing over her. "How did you do that?" Daniel shrugged lightly. "Years of practice. Ethan had colic for 6 months. I became a baby whisperer out of necessity." Ethan giggled proudly. "My daddy is a superhero." A few passengers chuckled, tension easing. Olivia let out a deep breath. "Thank you, truly." The flight smoothed into calm. After a while, Daniel returned Liam to Olivia, and the baby stayed asleep. Olivia finally relaxed, but her mind raced. This man, dressed like an economy traveler, had brought relief that all her wealth, status, and power couldn't. As dinner was served, Liam began crying again. Olivia struggled to juggle food and baby. Without a word, Daniel stood, held Liam again, and let Olivia eat in peace. Ethan sat beside her and showed his coloring book, making her smile. During the night flight, while most passengers slept, Olivia and Daniel talked quietly, the kind of vulnerable conversation that only happens in the dark at 35,000 feet. "You're traveling alone with him?" Daniel asked softly. Olivia nodded. His father left when Liam was 2 months old. Said family wasn't part of his plan anymore. And I have a company to run, thousands of employees, investors breathing down my neck, a board that would replace me if I show even a sign of weakness. No one sees me as a mother. Just a machine. Her voice cracked. She quickly wiped a tear, embarrassed. Daniel didn't judge. Being strong doesn't mean being alone. Olivia swallowed. What about you? Where's Ethan's mom? A drunk driver hit her car 3 years ago, Daniel whispered. Ethan was 2. She was my college sweetheart. And suddenly, I was a dad and mom overnight. I worked 2 jobs. Teaching during the day, packing deliveries at night. We don't have much, but we have each other. Olivia's eyes softened. This man who had every reason to be bitter, was kind. Gentle. Present. Later in the flight, an emergency struck. Severe turbulence shook the plane. Oxygen masks dropped. Liam woke with a terrified scream. Olivia trembled, her confidence shattered. Daniel acted immediately. He secured Ethan's mask, then Olivia's, then Liam's tiny one, while holding the crying baby against his chest. The cabin was chaotic, people panicking, but Daniel stayed calm, a steady pillar. He whispered to Liam, rubbing his back just like before. The baby quieted despite the fear around them. When the turbulence passed, the captain announced safety, and everyone breathed again. A slow clap began from a passenger in the back of first class, directed at Daniel. Soon the entire cabin applauded. Some even stood. Olivia looked around, emotional. Just hours ago, the same passengers judged her. Now they admired the man who helped her. A wealthy executive approached Daniel. "Sir, that was incredible. You should write parenting books." Another offered him a business card. "I run a nonprofit for single parents. We could use someone like you." Daniel smiled humbly, declining the spotlight, focusing instead on Ethan and Olivia, making sure they were okay. When the plane landed, people waited, letting Olivia, Daniel, Ethan, and Liam exit first. That had never happened before, first-class passengers giving up priority. At the luggage belt, Olivia hesitated, then spoke softly. "I misjudged you earlier. People like me, we build walls. You reminded me that it's okay to accept help." Daniel gave a warm smile. "And you reminded me that even the strongest people need a break sometimes." Olivia inhaled deeply, summoning courage for a question she never expected to ask anyone. "Daniel, would you consider teaching me? Not business. I'm good at that. I mean, teaching me how to be a better mother." Daniel blinked, surprised. He looked at Ethan, who nodded enthusiastically, as if saying yes, "Daddy, say yes." "I'd be honored," Daniel replied. Before they parted ways, Olivia did something no one expected from her, she hugged him. A long, grateful, human hug. Liam reached out from her arms, grabbing Daniel's finger as if he didn't want him to leave. "Maybe, you and Ethan could join us for lunch tomorrow," she added, hope glimmering. Daniel smiled. "We'd like that." As they walked away, Olivia carrying Liam, Daniel holding Ethan's hand, the passengers who had watched the story unfold whispered among themselves, touched by something more powerful than luxury, status, or pride. A simple act of kindness had changed perceptions, softened hearts, healed pain, and built a bridge between 2 very different worlds. And everyone who witnessed it left with a single lesson carved into their memory. Sometimes, the richest person on the plane isn't the one sitting in first class, it's the one with a heart big enough to care.